brothers. They were in Tommy's room, you know.
Well, you stayed with them, right?
Yeah, basically same house, of course.
No,
yeah.
were you in the same room as them?
That I'm not sure.
You don't remember who you stayed with when you were in Spokane? Did you share a room with the boys, or were you with, Kathy and...
No, I don't think I recall that, the shaded room or the...
Deer Lake. We went to this picnic, July 4th, Deer Lake. Spokane? Do you remember?
Yeah, Coeur d'Alene Park or something. I don't know. Coeur d'Alene. I don't know. You know, when you go to that thing and you don't, your English very well, nor customs, you're, at least in my case, it was not, I wouldn't have the same reaction as say, good evening, hello, this and that, So.
July 52. So this is when you head down to LA.
Yeah, Jim Onishi and Mary Onishi, yeah.
So 52, you started driving down.
Yeah.
You seem like nice aunts and uncles, right?
Yeah.
They spoke Japanese, I'm sure.
Just, a little bit, I guess, because they never went to Japan, like I've been to Japan quite a few times.
South part.
Sayasu, Saburo.
Yeah. Well, Saburo is scary, right? You're saying he was kind of...
Yeah, he's...
This is the Kaneshiges.
Kaneshiges, yeah.
That's Digger, the Sasaki.
And
this is John,
yeah.
And you, Sakaya and Tom.
Oh, you know any of
Judy.
this?
I know everybody. Kathy, Irene, and
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. 52. Oh, so this is now you coming back from Seattle, going back to visit them.
Wait a minute. When is this now?
52. So you're coming back from Spokane, Seattle, and then you stop in Oakland. It looks like, right? That's what it is.
I think Roy got an offer for a job in Los Angeles. Yeah. Of course, Roy was, no matter how you look at it, with the MIT and all that stuff, he's a big shot, They look after him, and nobody ever even came close to Roy's accomplishment. He was a nearly straight A student from University of Washington, MIT, Harvard.
Remember this house?
Yeah. Yeah, not well, but.
Let's see. This is the inside.
This all goes in there too, huh?
Yeah. Oh, this is now you're in Ethels.
Yeah. Eto San Luis Obispo, yeah.
Wait, let's see. See the Ethels. See that?
Yeah. I do recall one thing back in the Oakland near San Francisco.
Yeah.
The Kaneshige was not educated in this farmer, but she tried this, something with the wine as whiskey. All I know is that the Kaneshiges, they were overwhelmed with the. Imagine with the Roy Shiomi's education, etc.
Yeah.
I do recall they put that thing away or something. Don't something at the Kaneshiges. Yeah, well, they're fine people. They should be.
Yeah, they're very close. They're the reason everyone gathers together still.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Do you remember stopping at the Ethels?
Oh yeah. Well, Ethels, independent recollection of stopping there. When from
on the way back
Spokane
down.
from Spokane to San Francisco or Oakland to.
Yeah.
I don't have an independent recollection. I have an independent recollection, something unusual or unpleasant or whatever happens.
Okay. Well, what do you remember about Ethels? If that's unusual or whatever.
Oh, Mrs. Eto, her name was that now?
Margaret?
Margaret, yeah. This is much later, but on the way to for me to go to some convention or something in San Francisco, I stopped by the farm there to pick up some, and she would Margaret would give us give to us and then for me especially some vegetables. And I was talking to her. I said to her, "Gee, don't you miss the city life?" She went to get married. She was in Spokane. Picture marriage to
Moss.
huh?
Moss.
In the what do you call it? The San Luis Obispo. I said, "Don't you miss the city life or something like that?" And she probably does. She probably didn't like the fact that I had to remind her that she was probably missed the city life, without way out in the boondock farm,
Mm-hmm.
So she walked out on me, Yeah, I recall that. Something like that I do recall.
How old were you when you said that?
I must have been in 20s actually.
Oh, you were older.
Yeah, much older.
All right. Okay, so when you first got to LA, you lived where? You lived in Boyle Heights?
Boyle Heights, Boylston thing, not necessarily Boyle Heights, apartment that we to lower the rent, the mom had to clean the apartments.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I went to Brenda Junior High School.
What is it?
Huh?
The name?
Name of the junior high school. Barindo. It's the name of the
Barindo.
street. Barindo. Yeah.
Barindo.
That's right by the
Isn't that
Market
Gardena?
World. You ever heard of Market World?
No.
It's located in the Korean market, located in the cross street near Olympic Boulevard, and right nearby the Vermont Avenue.
Oh yeah.
Huge,
Olympic.
huge, very popular. Yeah,
That's Koreatown now.
Koreatown. Yeah, but then I'm talking about. I went to Brenda Junior High School.
Wait, what was the street you lived on? Boylston?
That was the Boylston. Yeah.
Is it far from the school?
Oh, very close, I think. Yeah.
You walked to middle school?
I think I probably did.
Boylston and what? What's the other big street?
Probably Vermont. Yeah.
Vermont?
But the name of the school, we go there quite often. I call there, "This is my school." Well, I was a student body president of the foreign students. There were several hundred, 500 or something. I don't know about that many, but I was picked to become a student body president representing. But the only thing is that teacher wanted a student who spoke pretty good English. I've already been in the United States for a couple of years, so I spoke some English,
Mm-hmm.
where the other students didn't. So teacher picked me, not on popularity basis, So when they had me, I had to make a speech or something, I couldn't do it. I was so nervous, So I do recall that. And the other people got jealous, Most of the other ones were Latinos,
Oh. Boylston?
You got a map?
Yeah,
That's no more. It's not existent, non-existent.
The street doesn't exist anymore?
I'm not sure, but not that whole hilltop of place in
Oh, Grandma's back there.
Oh, oh, you just keep that. Oh, it's still here.
Okay.
Oh, you keep that. Oh, 420.
Okay, so you went to that middle school. When didn't you move somewhere else? Didn't you go to Crenshaw or something? Or?
All I recall is that we went to San Fernando.
So after Boylston Street,
Could be. It
you
was a
moved to Lev Avenue?
Roy Shiomi's thing, yeah.
so you moved there in 52. You stayed there what, a year, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, yes, Boston, right? Yeah.
Well, how many years did you stay there, you think?
Probably at most couple years.
So you were still in middle school when you moved? Or you were
I
in high
think
school?
so, yeah.
Well, then say you moved to Lev Avenue?
Yeah.
And then you went to, did you go to middle school or you go to high school when you went to the...
I think it was a middle school because we were the first graduate of Birmingham Junior high school.
I mean high school, or
Yeah, later
junior.
on, after we graduated,
It became high school.
yeah, became a high school, the first year of high school. In other words, there was a desolate area.
Yeah.
Bunch of people, after the war,
Yeah.
started. A bunch of students came back with. So the all I know is that I went to Birmingham,
Mm-hmm.
probably middle school.
It was middle school, and then it just became high school.
Yeah, as with our graduation, they were very proud of that, and I was I recall that. Then I went to San Fernando High School.
Huh. Okay. And then high school started what, 9th grade, 10th grade? Started 10th grade?
I think that was just not of those fancy grades anymore. 9th grade, I think, graduated, and was the first graduate of the San Fernando Middle School. Or was that considered Birmingham? Maybe Birmingham, yeah.
Birmingham? But, wait, so the high school name you went to was San Fernando or Birmingham?
Although San Fernando is after moving from that Encino area there.
Oh, you were in Encino, that's right.
Yeah, I lived in Encino, yeah.
Oh.
That was hot as hell, that area there. Shit.
So you lived in Encino how long? A year? Less?
Couple of years, yeah, I would say at least.
So
Then Roy
how
changed again.
How old were you? You don't remember? You were in middle school in Encino or high school in Encino?
Oh, high school was in San Fernando High School. Middle school was in the, what's the typical year for middle school?
7th, 8th, 9th.
Yeah. Well, I didn't go that much, I don't think. So every year we went to the school. Roy didn't think about us. It was a place where near his work. That's what I resent now.
Wait, so how many changes you make? You first went to Boylston, you went to Burindo Middle School, and then what's the next move?
Probably next
Encino?
one I recall was Birmingham Middle School.
But you lived in Encino.
Right.
Okay, then you moved from Encino to Ardita, to
Yeah,
Pacoima?
yeah, I think so. They bought a home.
Okay, so then you moved there, and you changed schools again,
Yeah.
and then that's it. They lived there for the rest of the time, right? So
Yeah.
what was his job when you were living in Encino? Why did they...
My Roy?
Yeah.
Engineer.
Or just some other
Air
place?
conditioning, heating, and ventilation engineer.
Okay, and then he did the same thing when you lived in
Apparently,
Pacoima?
yeah.
Okay. So, when you were living in Encino, again, you don't recall interacting with Roy? Did he take you places? Did he...
No.
Nothing. You never saw him? You just came home? He didn't even say
Well, I'm
hi?
sure we saw, but then there was no or very little emotional reaction, exchange.
And
Yeah.
with Fumi either? Nothing?
Only thing I could recall is something very surprising, the unpleasant. Yeah.
So it wasn't unpleasant with Roy and Fumi. They just weren't... They didn't do
Yeah.
anything. They didn't hug you. They didn't...
That I could recall. Yeah.
They didn't scold you. Did they make fun of you? Did they, were they strict? Were they, I don't understand what your relation.
Well, Fumi was eventually she with all the hardship, I imagine she got tuberculosis, TB they call it, tuberculosis.
When you were living in Encino, or you living
I
in?
think that
in
was
Boylston?
when we were living still in Encino. Yeah.
Okay, so she was gone for 2 years or something.
Encino or Arlita.
Okay.
It used to be called Pacoima.
Yeah.
And it split up because they wanted Pacoima was a more ghetto black group, so they realtors I think don't want to be called Pacoima.
Okay.
Then became while we were still there, we became known as Arlita, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So, I just don't understand your relationship with Roy and Fumi. It just sounds like they weren't emotionally there, certainly. They never
That's right.
said, I'm proud of you, or
No.
nothing.
Like I said, they came from a big family. They didn't receive that kind of thing either.
So when you graduated from UCLA, did they come to a graduation? If you had a birthday, did they throw a birthday party for you? Did they do anything like that?
No,
Nothing. You don't remember a
that
single...
I recall, no.
Nothing. How about for Kathy? Did they do anything for her?
I don't know. You gotta ask Kathy that. Yeah.
Well, weren't you at some of those things? You could have been at some birthday party for Kathy or Irene or.
I don't recall, but Kathy was a very popular person. You know.
Okay, so she got a lot of attention.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure
maybe
she
maybe
did.
they treated her differently.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's funny. And Irene was already kind of
Yeah,
crazy, so
right.
so maybe they just left you alone, and then they paid attention to Kathy
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and Irene.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sad.
Sad.
So, okay, let me see.